Hello YouTube, Ronan Kazi, Diablo 4 gameplay. I'm in the Vault of the Forsaken. I'm near the last part of the vault. And I'm running my Druid build. You can see here, I think I'm level 32. Hopefully I'm going to raise up. But there's a couple things, if you follow my gameplay on the Division 2, there's a thing called the Vile Jammer. And my skill number 4, which is on cooldown right now, is called Vile Creeper. Imagine it. And it does essentially what Vile Jammer does. You're going to see it here in a second. What it does, it's an AoE. It immobilizes everyone and poisons them. And then my number 2 skill is called Hurricane. And what that does, that's an AoE damage and slow to everyone as well. So part of this build is just based on the fact this is all target. This isn't target based. You have to aim your weapon. So Druid has a lot of great capabilities, but what I found to beat every single vault so far in every single dungeon is this build I have right here. Roxy, hi. Say hi to everyone, Roxy. So what I do is I have a ranged weapon, and then my number 5 skill is Tornado. So that's for PC users, my left mouse button is my generation of the little green spirit on the right. And my right mouse button is Tornado, which uses that spirit. Tornado is an AoE. It just runs however it's going to run. So it's kind of great when I get in a doorway and I'm doing all this AoE stuff. I can knock out a bunch of people. What I can do with this build is survive, though. Or maybe not. This is normally when I say thank you for subscribing, sharing, resubscribing, liking, commenting, doing everything. I really appreciate everyone. I'm going to talk more about tactics now that I'm up at level 33. I routinely try to go to a sexier build. And the sexier builds are like if I'm in bear form or if I'm in werewolf form or whatever. Ultimately, I spend the money to go back to this build. Roxy. There you can see I do the Vile Creeper again active, and I can also have my wolves actively pounce on something. My number 1 skill is the other kind of common Ronan Kazi type of build. Number 1 is a self-heal that increases my attack speed. And so I think this is really important. You sometimes aren't given healing pots. There's many times. Roxy. Here I got a key for the final opening of the next place I have to go. So my number 1 skill gives me attack speed increases. Roxy, you're going to get squirted. For those of you who are new to the channel, I have 3 dogs. One is Roxy, a small, yappy little dog. I have Macy, who is a black German Shepherd pit bull mix. And then I have Caesar, who's a young male Bradfordshire Terrier, something like that. A big box-headed dog. They're fighting over a ball. So what Roxy does when someone's chewing on the ball, she just bitches the whole time. And that's what you hear her doing. They've learned that when I'm talking that they're going to get squirted, so they're quiet during that. But they were on fire earlier. So here you see me doing some of and someone dropped it, and now she has it. I'm going through some of my gear. One of the things I also want to tell you, during all these dungeons, you get a new currency. And basically, the first time I got some of that currency, I went to a place and it dropped a shitty weapon. I go, why did I do this? So I had about 450. It caps out at 500. I went back to that vendor. It'll drop legendaries. Not the gold stuff, but, you know, really unique stuff. Oranges. So that's one of the reasons to go do these dungeons. And for me, the dungeons end up being the same. I get in an area and it's a blind fire and I just start shooting off, excuse me, into an area to try to start generating some spirit. So I've now unlocked this, so now I'm going to fight. So you can see this is part of my strategy. I will start firing off range to try to engage a boss, which then makes my wolves go engage. Once I get enough stuff, I will launch tornadoes. I put on hurricane, that's doing damage, and then I did my vile creepers, which poisons the boss, and now I'm doing tornadoes. And I rinse and repeat. And you'll see right above, I'm using I have 4 pots left, and I will hit my number 1 skill, and I'll keep myself up all the time, and I'll just strafe. One of the keys to all my builds, that skill on the boss does annoy. One of the keys to my skills, there you can see a great illustration of that, is to have AoE damage. I don't have to be directional. I'm going to put, I'm going to put damage, and there's my number 1 health. I'm going to put damage out without having to face directional stuff. The other thing that you're doing in these maps is you're trying to kill enough minions to generate some orbs, and then you're going to grab those orbs, healing orbs, as soon as you can, healing pots. And this is always a thing. So when I'm going through there, I'm just running, trying to avoid the mess on the ground, trying to look for pots that fall down, and waiting for skills to recharge. I zoomed this in so you can't see what the boss health is at until I run through her or not. Roxy, please don't. Roxy, here, you're gonna get squirted. Oh, and the squirt gun fails. Squirt gun failure, YouTube. That was brutal. So as it rotates, it's been unscrewing. So in the process of shooting the dogs, it just let loose all over the floor. Unexpected bounty for the dogs, they lick it up. That's one of the benefits about having dogs. But again, you can see there's the vile creeper going out. At first I got that skill, I wasn't really thrilled with it, but it's exactly like Vile Jammer build for me. It does a couple of things. You can see it illuminates all the enemies so you get a good idea. And that and Hurricane pretty much takes down minions and most lieutenants. And I go back and visit the boss. See, she's about halfway done. I have 3 of 5 healing pots, and I'm just going to strafe a lot. And so what I found when I'm a build like the werewolf build, which I want to be the werewolf or the bear, I just can't stand in the tank. I don't generate enough pots. Some of those have heal over time. The werewolf has all kinds of heals over time. The werebear has 1 big heal. So you combine the different things, maybe you can make it, but I routinely go, okay, now I'm going to try it. I spend gold to do it, and then I lose to the boss, I die, and then I switch back to this build. This build, on every single boss thing that I failed, I go back to this build and I win. I tried it with different things, with the electrical storm stuff, and then with the earth. No, this, for me, for my play style, is good, and I can pretty much tell you, you will, I got a strafe, right? You can see I'm 3 of 5. But this pretty much gets you through everything. I don't know if it's a good end game one. I don't know, but it's great right now. So at one point, I'll show you my tree. Won't do it today. But I have maxed out the number 1 skill, the left mouse button, you know, my generator. And the great thing about Diablo, it's a loot shooter, so that's something you gotta love. Roxy, I'm going to timidly squirt you because I don't know if it works anymore. Now they're watching Caesar eat the ball over there. And you get pieces of armor that give you, like, each skill can get, you can invest 5 points, but you get pieces of armor that will have some points already invested in some skills. So you're enticed to maybe put pieces together because you're getting free. But YouTube, don't fall for that false narrative. Some of those skills are less than skills. You remember the less than sign? I don't know which one it is, but whatever one it is, that's what those are. But I do have one for my hurricane, which is great. The healing skill's interesting. The number 1 skill, the more minions you kill, the faster it comes back. So that's another great thing. So when there's just minions, it'll pop back. So I should pop it. I'll Look at that, just not even doing nothing. I just run and they just die. And that's the kind of build that I'm trying to make in the Division. I'm trying to make in every game. I think it even goes through walls, but I don't remember. So Diablo's been great. I think I'm level 33 now, but I want to share this gameplay, and I'm trying to share these dungeons. So if you search on the internet and I sound like an old person, because I am an old person. If you search on YouTube, then maybe if you're looking to do these things, I'll put some tags in there so you can, beat this boss. And you can really see what the boss does. The one move, that move right there when she casts the wave, that's a tough move because it pushes you out of the way, it damages you. Like that. But it's War of Attrition here. And the Vault of the Forsaken. And look, I use a healing pot. And look. You get some skills. You get a dodge, which is for me is a space bar, and then you go run faster. But basically, you can see what my build is. We're getting near to close. I want to thank you again for putting up with my dogs and me. I'm trying a couple different things on the logos and the kind of the branding of the channel. So as I might want to have different logos for each channel. I don't know. This logo's from Diablo Immortal, which I like that game, but I played on my PC. That's a free-to-play game. But I've been waiting for Diablo 4. I like playing the Division 2, so I have a special video coming out. I'm not going to give too much away, but I had a great conversation. I don't know if it's a conversation with one of the people that watch it. So I have a special video for that person, and when I get there, I will hype it up for you. So this is Ronan Kazi, showing you how to do it in Diablo 4. For those of you that hate my Vile Jammer build, you're welcome. I found it here on Diablo. And this is usually where I die when I go, I can do it. Or I blow all my cooldowns, and there she is. She's gone. Thanks, YouTube. Appreciate you. Bye.